Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. So in today's reading, we're going to be taking a look into the energy dynamic between you and your person. So we'll look at your energy towards them, their energy towards you, and then what energy is connecting you guys, what's the shared energy in the connection, just so we can take a really deep look into what's really going on beneath the surface here. So go ahead and pick a card, whichever one's calling to you, and we'll get started. All right, pile one, welcome to your reading. Let's get into the energy between you and your person. Okay, so pile one, let's get into your energy towards them first. All right, pile one. What is pile, let's see. What is pile one's energy towards their person? What is your energy towards your person, pile one? What is your energy towards your person, pile one? We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Coins in this deck. All right, what is your energy towards your person, pile one? What is your current energy towards your person, pile one? We have the Four of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, beautiful, and the Queen of Cups. Okay, awesome. So from your energy so far, what I see is that you definitely have a lot of love for your person. I feel like a lot of care for them with the Six of Cups. You may feel like this person is someone you just have a really, I feel like, unconditional almost love for them. Definitely a soulmate connection. Maybe that's how you feel about your person. That may be how you label them. You may as well feel that you guys have like shared past lives with one another. You may just have this instant depth of this connection. Maybe as soon as you guys met, it was sort of just you just felt like you'd known each other forever type of thing. With the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like your energy towards them is that you have, I feel like, a lot of stability, a lot of love to offer them. I feel like you definitely may want something stable here. You may want commitment with your person if that resonates for you. Or at least you just want, I'm hearing like security in the connection. Like you want things to kind of be good between the two of you where things feel like they're not going anywhere, if that makes sense. And I kind of am seeing that with the Four of Pentacles here, that for some of you, you may be holding back on revealing all of your feelings to your person. Here, you may be protecting yourself a little bit here, because with the Queen of Cups, regardless of like what gender you identify as, you have a very loving heart. You're a very sweet, I feel like maybe even deeply emotional person who just has a lot of compassion and, again, a lot to give in a relationship, a lot of deep love to give. And maybe in the past you've been hurt before. So with this Four of Pentacles, it could be that you may be trying to maybe hold back a bit in the connection and not maybe reveal all of these deep emotions at once, because there could be a little bit of fear of getting hurt or getting abandoned maybe on your part. With the Four of Pentacles, I also feel that you may feel attached to your person. Again, with this soulmate energy, you may feel like you guys have this super deep connection. And so I think maybe because of how deep this connection is like you really care about having this person in your life. And again, that's why I'm sensing you want some sort of stability in the connection where you may or may not want a romantic relationship with this person. That's, up to you. But you kind of almost like want this person in your life to some respect, just because you feel like there's something special between the two of you guys. All right, let's get their energy towards you now. All right, pile one. What is pile one's person's energy towards pile one currently? What is pile one's person's energy towards pile one? Page of Swords. What is pile one's person's energy towards pile one? What is pile one's person's energy towards pile one? What is pile one's person's energy towards pile one? What is pile one's person's energy? Okay, awesome. Well, it looks like it's really interesting. You guys actually both got the Knight of Pentacles in both of your energies. So I feel like this idea of wanting something stable here, this commitment, having each other in each other's lives is definitely something you guys both share, is that this desire to really know one another. And I feel like the King of Pentacles also came out for your person's energy towards you. So this person may actually really desire a committed relationship with you. They definitely feel deeply attached to you. Again, like this deep bond. I feel like they sense it as well. I feel like on the heart space, they are very loyal to you. I think they definitely recognize that there is something special between the two of you, something very maybe mystical as well here, and they just feel deeply attached to you too. I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, like your person isn't really going anywhere, is what I'm sensing. Like they've kind of like almost like he's kind of grown into the ground here. Like they've laid down roots with you, I feel like, in this connection. And I don't think they have any plans to leave. If anything, I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles, their plan is to just continue moving forward, continue investing here. Your person really wants to communicate with you as well. We have the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands, so they have a lot to, maybe this person's very talkative with you. If you guys aren't talking, they definitely want to reach out. With the Page of Swords, they may also be kind of like keeping tabs on you, maybe on social media, things like that. And with the Page of Wands, I feel like this person is wanting to kind of take that adventure towards you, because I feel like you really light them up, you really inspire them, you make them feel very excited, and they're very just drawn to you, almost like I'm hearing like a moth to a flame. Like there's just something about you that draws them in, and again, it could be this soul connection. Perhaps because the Six of Cups came out on your end, it may be that you are perhaps more of the spiritually awakened one. You may resonate with that, especially with the Queen of Cups. I feel like you have a really well-developed sense, like I was saying, of like unconditional love, like compassion for others. So it may be that you have maybe done research on soulmates, like you know this person is your soulmate, whereas your person, I feel like they just feel this instinctual desire and like draw to you, but they might not have like figured out like maybe more the spiritual aspects behind it right now. But with the Magician, whether or not your person is aware of it, I feel like they are manifesting you, they are creating you in their reality, because I think with the Page of Swords, they also think about you quite a bit. The Magician also represents having a strong desire for something. So your person really wants you in their life. They really want to see more of you, spend more time with you, come towards you more and more. Your person may be a little bit of like the slow and steady type with the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, but I feel like they have their eyes set on you, and they're just going to keep kind of moving along that way. Again, there's a level of commitment here. So you guys may even be in a relationship with this person for some of you. But regardless of the label, your person just feels this like soul level, like I'm almost here like I'm like seeing like an anchor sort of energy, like they feel anchored towards you energetically. Let's see. All right, let's look at the connecting energy now between the two of you guys. All right, pile one. What is the connecting energy between pile one and their person, please? What is the connecting energy between pile one and their person? What is the connecting energy between pile one and their person? The Hermit. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay, that's crazy, you guys. Look, it came out 3 times. What is the connecting energy between pile one and their person? And love. Aw, I'll get one more. What is the connecting energy between pile one and their person? And the King of Cups. My heart is yours. Okay, beautiful. So with the Hermit, this is definitely a very spiritual connection. In combination with the Four of Pentacles, this could be more on your end, but there may be periods of silence between the two of you, or periods where you guys both kind of like maybe disappear within yourselves to maybe really reflect. It could be that you guys are maybe you are particularly kind of in this mode where you're really thinking on this connection, thinking about what to do next, how to move forward. You may, for some of you, resonate as being a little bit introverted, in terms of like wanting a lot of time to isolate, to really connect and make the best possible decisions. But I feel like this connection is part of both of your spiritual paths here with the Hermit. It's part of both of you guys connecting more deeply to yourselves, connecting more to Source, really discovering something greater than just the external world and like external validation. I'm hearing like money and fame could resonate for some of you, that it's like both of you may have, in a way, through this connection, like learned to maybe detach a bit from the material world, like the 3D world, and rather find that inner stability within and really find yourselves. So I feel like I'm hearing like you found yourselves through one another. And again, with this soulmate energy, that definitely makes a lot of sense. And with the King of Cups and the Love card, the connecting energy between the two of you is that there is just like a profound amount of love. And it's really beautiful because we have the Queen and the King of Cups coming out here. So there is a beautiful sort of like harmonious dynamic here where I feel like empathy is something that's also being maybe learned in this connection too. I feel like maybe your person is learning how to be more empathetic, how to be more compassionate, maybe how to open their heart as well. So I feel like there's a heart opening for both of you in this connection. And then with the Knight of Pentacles coming up for the third time, definitely connecting energy. I feel like both of you guys want to bring a lot to the table here, want to give a lot to one another, want to really, again, have this stability seems very much important in this connection. You guys both want that stability. I think you guys both see a strong long-term potential for this connection that, again, with like patience and care and again, love and nurturing, this can grow into something really special. I think both of you guys recognize that here. And I think both of you guys want to just bring a lot of definitely sort of respect and devotion is kind of what I'm getting with the Knight of Pentacles. That I'm hearing for some of you, it could be on your part or their part, that you may have had more like chaotic relationships that were unstable, or one or both of you may have had like sort of a chaotic, unstable childhood or something like that for some of you. And it's almost like this connection is a way for you guys to kind of find that stability in a connection, maybe for the first time, or it's their first time having sort of a really stable connection. But yeah, definitely a lot of like pure love, I think, flows between the two of you. And I think you're teaching each other a lot spiritually as well. We have the King of Cups, which is interesting. It says balance of head and heart. So that jumped out to me. So it could be that maybe you're learning to be in more your emotions, but I also definitely feel like for your person, because we have the Page of Swords, they are, I think, learning to act from the heart space rather than maybe think logically about everything and be too much, in that analytical mode. They may, again, be developing their spirituality and their spiritual path. You also may feel like, what I'm kind of sensing is that your feminine energy is kind of like balancing their masculine energy. So you guys are kind of, in a way, like you're bringing out their feminine energy, and I feel like they're bringing out like your inner stability, like your inner masculine energy, if that makes sense. All right, beautiful. Let's get some oracle cards now and see what else is going on here. All right. What is the current energy dynamic between pile 1 and their person? Door to personal healing and happiness. What is the current energy dynamic between pile 1 and their person? What is the current energy dynamic between pile 1 and their person? Action. What is the current energy dynamic between pile 1 and their person? And appreciation. Such beautiful energies, you guys. This is a really lovely reading. Okay. So I feel like this is very strongly reminding me of like the Four of Wands here sort of energy. Like, this is a really beautiful gateway for the two of you guys to find a lot of, I feel like, satisfaction here in this connection. I'm also seeing the lotuses and the dove and the rainbow, so all symbols of a lot of like enlightenment, harmony. You guys may have been through a lot in life, and you may have had to like overcome a lot. I'm kind of seeing that with the lotus energy. You may feel like you've had to come up through a lot of darkness maybe to find yourselves. Interesting that there's also lotuses in this card too, so that may be a symbol for you. As well as the Queen of Cups, you may feel that the lotus, like when you see it, that may be a sign for you that you are achieving what you need to achieve. So both of you feel like you've found, in a way, like a very special sort of like heaven on earth energy together. And the energy of action here and appreciation is, I feel like both of you guys are perhaps very grateful for one another, grateful for the connection, grateful to know each other, and things are looking like they're moving forward in a really great direction here with the action card. I'm not sensing a ton of stagnancy. Again, the Knight of Pentacles can be a bit of a slow and steady energy, so that could be more the vibe, but I still feel like things are moving in the right direction. And I think you guys both really respect and value one another and have a lot of appreciation for each other, and, may really be, I'm hearing like you guys are really in each other's corner, so it's like you guys are really, you really trust one another, and you're really there for each other in life. And I feel like you both appreciate the friendship, the connection, the relationship, the fact that you can really rely on each other. So honestly, really, really good things in the energy here. I'm going to get some more oracle cards. Actually, I'm going to get these ones. All right, what is the current energy of pile 1's connection with their person, please? What is the current energy of pile 1's connection? We have forgiveness. All mistakes are lessons. See the innocence in everyone. Interesting. I was going to mention forgiveness here because of this little white dove here in this card. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. So I was mentioning a lot about unconditional love here with the Queen of Cups. So for some of you, there could have been perhaps like you could say like mistakes or lessons in this connection, or just lessons in your life. And I feel like you're starting to really see the innocence maybe in your person. They're seeing the innocence in you, the beauty of the connection. So you guys may have, for some of you, come together, maybe separated for a bit, and then come back together to sort of sort things out. That may resonate for some of you. It could also just be a forgiveness of past pain and like a trust or a belief that just because something bad happened in the past doesn't mean it's going to like repeat itself forever. Like you can move beyond certain cycles and have something really good. All right. What is the current energy between pile 1 and their person? We have dreams. You are receiving important messages while you sleep. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities you see in dreams. So you guys may be dreaming about each other a lot, and this is Spirit's way of saying, like, definitely if you dream about your person and you feel like they're telling you things or you're getting information on the connection, that's definitely very real, and that is like Spirit's way and like their higher self's way of communicating with you. Also with this card too, the door of personal healing and happiness, that's a very dreamy energy, sort of Garden of Eden, heaven on earth vibes. So that could also be an aspect here, is that this connection is almost dreamlike. It could feel very synchronistic, very magical. With the Magician here, definitely something kind of a different realm here. What is the current energy between pile 1 and their person, please? What is the current energy? Well, I'll take this one because it flipped out. We have twin flames, the same divine fire burns within you both. So especially because the same card kind of came out like 3 times for the connecting energy, your energy, and their energy, you guys may resonate that this person is your twin flame. The soulmate card came out. So kind of twin flame, soulmate, divine counterpart, whatever label you put on it, this is definitely a very, very deep soul connection that you have with this person. And then we have purification. Karmic cycles are being healed and dissolved at this time. Your union is being purified. So if there's been any sort of, and that kind of ties to the forgiveness card, if there's been any sort of conflict between the two of you, I feel like this is all kind of being left in the past. There could be karmic energies that are currently like leaving the dynamic, being left behind, things like that. Your connection with your person is being purified. And that's what I feel here, like with the action card, like I feel like not a lot of obstacles are between the two of you at this time. Like it's kind of like maybe those have all been sort of cleared away at this point, and things are going to like move forward at a steady pace now, definitely. All right. Let's look at some messages from your person and see what they want to say to you guys right now. All right, pile 1. What does pile 1's person want to say to pile 1 right now? What does pile 1's person want to say to pile 1? Oh my gosh, look at this. Freedom. I don't want anything to hold me back from you anymore. With the action card, that's super, super interesting. That's definitely what I'm feeling here. So for some of you, it may resonate that your person has left behind maybe a karmic person or some sort of karmic attachment. That doesn't have to be like a relationship. It definitely could just be a job or just something within themselves that was just holding them back, like fear, something like that. Your person is releasing that. This also says sadness. I miss you so much, my love. So you may be in some sort of separation with your person, or there may just be inner sadness your person is dealing with at this time. If you guys are in like no communication for whatever reason, your person definitely is like yearning for you. You may really feel them. You may feel like in your heart space a lot of emotion all of a sudden kind of out of the blue. That could be them sort of calling out to you. If you guys are kind of like, beyond this energy of separation, you guys are together or in communication, things are good. I feel like there is perhaps, like inner sadness from the past your person is having to work through, and maybe they're letting you know that there have been things in their past that have been hurtful. Let's see. What else does pile 1's person want to say to pile 1? What else does pile 1's person want to say to pile 1? What else does pile 1's person want to say? We have similarity. We are like 2 sides of the same coin. Interesting with the twin flame card as well. So you may feel, also, whoa, I was just realizing again with the Knight of Coins coming out 3 times, you guys may feel like there's just a lot of crazy synchronicities, crazy like similarities where it's almost shocking, where you're like, how are me and this person just so alike? And it definitely is because you may be twins or you just have such a deep connection with each other. Commitment. I want to take things to the next level with you. Definitely with the King of Pentacles, your person does want that commitment. They do want that stability and that security. here. I feel like also this appreciation card kind of reminds me of the Nine of Pentacles. They see you as very valuable. Soulmate, look at that! Our souls are infinitely connected. We are truly meant to be. Beautiful. So they feel connected to you. Literally, like, no matter what happens, you guys may just feel like you have this depth of connection that you maybe don't talk for, like, years or months or, you know, whatever happens, and then it's like you guys see each other again or you talk again, and it's like no time ever passed between the two of you. You may feel that you're very telepathic. Again, you may receive a lot of dreams or just general sort of visions or kind of like telepathic messages from your person a lot. All right, so let's get some more messages. What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What else does pile one's person really want to say to pile one? When you love me, I feel nirvana. See that heaven on earth's energy. It's like perfect with you, like very blissful. Even if I don't always say it or show it, you really do mean a lot to me. So your person may be a bit of the quiet type. Sometimes they may not always be super emotionally expressive. With the pages, maybe I'm sensing a little bit of shyness. Your person may be like youthful, like they may literally be like chronologically young, or maybe in terms of like romantic relationships, in terms of like communicating their deep feelings, they may be a bit inexperienced, is what I'm feeling from that. What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one? You make me feel things I've never felt before, so very, very special love here. I want to show you the real me, all of me. So there's maybe perhaps for some of you there's aspects of your person that they haven't fully shown you, or vulnerabilities that they still have to divulge to you, things like that, but I think they do want to be themselves with you. You are beautiful beyond words. In my eyes, you are flawless. I see that with the appreciation, so they find you to be very stunning. I'm hearing like you're kind of a prize in a way, so you may have a lot of people that look up to you or find you very attractive. And this person just really thinks you're like super, super flawless and super perfect. There may be a little bit of an intimidation factor there sometimes if they feel like they're maybe not good enough for you, stuff like that. But I think regardless, they feel very lucky to have this beautiful connection with you. And I'm hearing like they feel lucky that you pay attention to them. So they may have felt like at the beginning of the relationship or the connection that maybe you were like out of their league or something like that. So they feel lucky that that you care about them and that, you know, you're in each other's lives. All right, pile one, let's get you some advice now. Guidance for pile one, please. What does pile one need to hear? Okay, so we have Diana. So beautiful. I love Diana. Focused intention. Interesting, like going back to the Magician card, this is about manifestation. Think about what you desire, set your sights high, expect the best possible outcome. So if this is a connection with your person that you really do want, you want to be with them or, you know, be friends or whatever you desire here, this is saying to really focus your attention on thoughts about this person that feel really good. That's, you know, visualizing you guys like being together, being happy together, things like that. It's definitely good to focus on the best possible outcome and just like, you know, thinking about what you actually want to happen in the connection rather than fixating on worries or doubts or fears. I think it was kind of Neville Goddard that was saying, I read one of his books, and he was basically saying, like, only really entertain thoughts that make you feel good, like, especially in regards to this connection. So instead of maybe getting caught up worried about, like, small little things or, you know, who they're talking to, what they're doing, stuff like that, just really focusing on, like, you know, how wonderful your connection is and, you know, thinking about good times you guys may have had or times you may have together, you know, the feelings you guys have for each other, things like that, if that is what you want. Otherwise, this could be about career, anything else that you feel like manifesting. I think Spirit's messages don't hold yourself back from what you really want through doubt, if that makes sense. Like it says, like, set your sights high. So whatever is your highest goal, don't be afraid to kind of shoot for that, because if you really dedicate yourself to that, you can definitely achieve quite a lot of miracles through manifestation. All right, pile one, sending you so much love. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. All right, bye-bye. Hello, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So let's get into the energy dynamic between you and your person. All right. Alright, let's look at your energy towards them first. Pile 2, what is your current energy towards your person? Pile 2, what is your current energy towards your person? What is your current energy towards your person? Pile 2, what is your current energy towards your person? Pile 2, the Magician. Nice. What is your current energy towards your person? Pile 2, what is your energy? The Chariot. What is your energy towards your person? Pile 2. The, let's see, Seven of Swords. What is your energy towards your person? Pile 2. Okay, Three of Wands. Okay, so what I'm seeing from your energy here is that you may be thinking about your guys' future together a lot. You may be thinking about where this connection is going. With the Chariot, you may be pursuing this connection, wanting to move it forward, wanting to see where these feelings lead you, things like that. With the Seven of Swords, you may be a bit strategically sort of planning maybe like what to say, what to do in this connection, things like that. And with the Magician, you may literally be manifesting your person, whether unconsciously or consciously. I feel like you may have a lot of like desire to be with them, to move forward towards some sort of future together. And I feel like you are definitely kind of creating them in your life or calling them into your life, whether or not you like explicitly know it, if that makes sense. So you guys may literally be doing like manifestation techniques, but this also may be to do with like you visualizing them, things like that. With the Seven of Swords, let me clarify this. Let's see. Let's see. Clarify the Seven of Swords, your energy towards your person, pile 2. Clarify the Seven of Swords. We have the Knight of Wands. So yeah, I feel like you definitely are trying to plan how to, in a way, like pursue your person with the Ace of Swords. Maybe you feel like there is some sort of truth that you need to communicate towards them, things that you need to say to them, some sort of communication you guys need to have, maybe about future plans as well. You may be wanting to make plans, maybe like literally to see this person in the future. With the Chariot and the Three of Wands, you may also be planning how to come visit them if you guys are long distance here. For some of you, maybe planning to like get on a plane or something and like fly towards them here, because I feel like you have a lot of passion for your person with the Knight of Wands. Again, like I'm getting like kind of like almost fire sign energy here from this. Like you have a lot of desire for them. Maybe you find them very attractive, things like that. And I feel like you definitely feel a very strong like intuitive pull towards them here with the Chariot, and it's like you just kind of have this sense that there's something worth exploring here in this connection. Maybe there's some sort of lesson here that you are supposed to learn from your person. So the universe may literally be kind of like tugging you towards this person. You may feel like there's just something about them that draws you towards them, that draws you in and makes you want to, see where this goes. I feel like with the Three of Wands, I'm almost getting this energy of you have like a certain maybe open-mindedness towards this connection. This could be something new that that's just come into your life, something like that. Or it's like, I'm almost getting like, it's like you perhaps don't have like a lot of attachment in a way to like the outcome of this connection. It's more like you're kind of in it for the journey, you're in it for what you can learn from it, maybe just kind of open to see what happens here. You may not feel like you're, like super, super attached to how things really go with this person, At this point, I feel like you're kind of keeping an open mind and just seeing where things go and what happens. All right, let's get their energy towards you. So it's like you're kind of having fun, I feel like, in this connection. Like you're just excited to see where things lead. All right, pile 2. What is pile 2's person's current energy towards pile 2? What is pile 2's person's current energy towards pile 2? We have the Seven of Swords too. Oh my gosh. What is pile 2's person's current energy towards pile 2? We have the Five of Wands. What is pile 2's person's current energy towards pile 2? What is pile 2's person's current energy towards pile 2? We have the Eight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Let's see. Let's clarify a bit. Let's see. Clarify the Seven of Swords, pile two's person's current energy towards pile two. Clarify the Seven of Swords. We have the Eight of Cups again and the Hierophant. Okay. So your person may be kind of like, in a way, like running away from this connection right now. With the Eight of Cups coming out twice, I feel like they are, in a way, kind of being forced to look within themselves right now. There's a lot of like sort of karmic cycles, I feel like, between the two of you here with the Wheel of Fortune. Like there's a lot of really important like lessons being learned here. I feel like it could be about honesty here with the Seven of Swords. Being truthful about your feelings. Like with the Seven of Swords, you may even be hiding your feelings about your person towards them, like on the surface. You may not be like fully honest about maybe your intentions or what you really want or what you see. And I feel like they're kind of doing the same. And I feel like there's a really important, like lesson being learned between the two of you about the importance of maybe being true to your heart and your feelings and things like that. I feel like your person is having to maybe in a way like receive some sort of karma in regards to this connection. They're having to really look within themselves and sort themselves out here. There's some sort of like vision quest energy here with the Eight of Cups coming out strongly, where your person's having to maybe do a lot of self-reflection through this connection and really see where they're going wrong. Because with the Five of Wands, I'm sensing your person has a lot of just like kind of internal conflict going on here. I'm going to clarify that. Let's see. Clarify the Five of Wands, pile two's person's current energy towards pile two. Clarify the Five of Wands, pile two's person's current energy towards pile two. Clarify the Five of Wands, pile two's person's current energy towards pile two. We have the Lovers and then the Queen of Swords. Interesting. So this person definitely could be in a way struggling between their head and their heart is what I'm seeing. Because with the Lovers, they also share a lot of attraction and desire for you. Like this person is very passionate about you. I feel like that soul connection here between the two of you, that desire, that passion, that intimacy. But then with the Queen of Swords, for some of you, there could be like arguments between the two of you with the Five of Wands, or it could be that with the Queen of Swords, maybe you've had to sort of put up boundaries with your person here. And I also feel like with the Queen of Swords, this could be about them having to be more in their heart space. And it could be that for some of you, they got maybe scared and they ran away because this love, this passion here with the Lovers sort of was overwhelming for them. And perhaps they weren't ready to really like confront who they are in regards to you and who they are just like as a person. And you may have brought up a lot of, I'm hearing like you stirred the pot. And okay, I'm seeing this image almost of like this person almost like, like a thick, this is like interesting. It's like a thick pot of like some sort of soup and it's been sitting for a long time. And so all the kind of like vegetables and stuff have kind of gone to the bottom. And then you kind of came into their life almost and maybe like stirred it all up because they started feeling all this love, all this passion. You may have like been really honest with them about maybe, what you had problems with in the connection, maybe what you needed in the connection. Maybe you really insisted better of them. And it may have really kind of thrown them for a loop and scared them because I'm feeling that they may have been very stuck in their ways for a long time here. And then you kind of came in and like shifted everything with the Wheel of Fortune and kind of made them in a way like do that self-reflection that they may have never done before here. You may have asked more of them here. Like you may have had higher standards than anyone they had like been with before, interacted with before. And so you kind of forced them into all this inner work here because they had maybe been more surface level their whole life, and then you kind of opened them up. Clarify the Eight of Cups, pile two's person's current energy towards pile two. Clarify the Eight of Cups. The Fool. Clarify the Eight of Cups, pile two's person's current energy towards pile two. And the Page of Cups. Interesting. So going back to your person releasing a lot. Oh, wow. Totally. Like you're kind of giving them a spiritual awakening right now is what I'm seeing. Because we have the Hanged Man, the Page of Cups, and the Fool. So with the Fool and the Eight of Cups, I'm strongly feeling your person is currently detaching themselves from the material world here. They may have, with the Seven of Swords, relied a lot on external things for validation, maybe relied a lot just like they were like living from their ego maybe quite a bit here. and kind of ignoring their actual feelings. Again, like all those feelings that had kind of sunk to the bottom that your person had repressed being stirred up by you in this connection. So this Eight of Cups energy where your person's walking away to find themselves is resulting in a new beginning here with the Fool. It's resulting in them learning to trust on their inner selves rather than totally rely on external stuff, things like that. Again, just rely on their logic for things, because your person is gaining a completely different perspective here. They're getting insight here into themselves, into the world, into you, into this connection. And with the Page of Cups, it's like they are delving into, I feel like, their most vulnerable and sensitive aspect of self, like their inner child here. So for some of you, your person may have kind of disappeared to really go heal and nurture themselves, to really find themselves. Because I feel like with the Page of Cups here, it's like if your person was hiding their feelings, it was because they were just denying that part of themselves, essentially. And that may be even something that they're realizing here, is that they were maybe hiding their truth from you, hiding their real feelings. And I feel like the more and more they get in touch with themselves, they get in touch with their inner emotions, the more that they feel connected to you, and I feel like want to maybe take action towards you, especially with the Fool. That is that leap of faith. But I feel like before they're prepared to do that, there is that inner work that needs to be done here to connect with their real selves. All right, let's look at the connecting energy now. Okay. All right, pile 2. What is the connecting energy between you and your person, pile 2? What is the connecting energy between you and your person, pile 2? What is the connecting energy between you and your person? Okay. So the Wheel of Fortune coming out again. The Nine of Swords. Okay. The Empress, the Queen of Wands, and the Judgment. Okay, let's see. So with the Nine of Swords coming up as the connecting energy, I feel like there may be sort of a dark night of the soul that you guys are maybe both kind of going through a bit, where you may feel like your deepest fears and insecurities are being brought up by this connection. This person definitely is feeling maybe at times very triggered, very reactive here with the Five of Wands. Just a lot is coming up for both of you guys. With the Empress and the Queen of Wands, there's strong attraction here, strong physical attraction between the two of you. I think your person sees you as extremely magnetic here with the Queen of Wands. Very hot, very passionate. With the Empress especially, that's like an exceptionally beautiful person. So I think that maybe you see this person as that. They'd see you as that, definitely. And there's like a lot of, like sensuality between the two of you here. I feel like just a lot of physical attraction. I also feel like there's a kind of like a healing of the feminine energy as well going on here with the Empress, like your person getting in touch with their feminine sensitive side. Maybe you are as well even. And then with the Wheel of Fortune, again, major kind of karmatic shifts and changes here happening. So this person, I feel like there's a lot coming in and out of their life at this time. So that could be karmic relationships currently exiting their life, karmic friends, things like that, or just karmic lessons happening for them, especially with the Judgment card. It's like, I feel like in this connection, maybe both of you guys are kind of being called to ascend right now, ascend beyond the Nine of Swords, ascend beyond your own fears and limitations, and kind of wake up to your higher selves here, and wake up to the spiritual nature of reality, the spiritual nature of who you are as like a creator, as a powerful being here. And just a lot of, in a way, like sort of rebirth happening right now. Especially the Empress can be about birth here. So I feel like there's a really beautiful beginning here being birthed currently, but there may be a lot of sort of difficult emotions at play or difficult lessons at play currently. But I feel like this is all kind of building to something very spectacular and something very special. I feel like within your life as well. I feel like through all this inner work you're doing, perhaps again through all these anxieties and worries that you're working through, you're kind of releasing a lot of baggage to prepare you for a really bright future here. And I see that here with the Three of Wands. Like, you have a bright future. Things are open to you. I feel like maybe you even have a lot of options personally, maybe even beyond this person. Especially with the Empress, you may just have a lot of potential relationships and things like that. So I feel like that's why you're kind of keeping an open mind here. And I feel like regardless of like what happens in this connection, I definitely feel like you, Pile 2, like you are headed for something really great, because the more that you raise your vibration, and again, the more baggage that you release, it's just like life just kind of keeps getting sweeter and sweeter and better and better. All right, let's get some oracle cards now. All right, Pile 2. What is the current energy dynamic between Pile 2 and their person? What is the current energy dynamic? We have the Thinking Woman, 5th chakra. What is the current energy dynamic between Pile 2 and their person? What is the current energy dynamic between Pile 2 and their person? What is the current energy dynamic between Pile 2 and their person? And Healer of the Ages. Okay, so with the Thinking Woman, I feel like both of you guys may be sort of like in your heads a lot about this connection here. Again, with the Seven of Swords, a lot of strategy here, trying to maybe even sort of, both of you guys are actually like analyzing one another at the same time, sort of trying to like, you may feel like you sometimes play like mental chess with this person a bit, that you guys are in a way both sort of maneuvering here in this connection, trying to like figure each other out, things like that. And with the Healer of the Ages and the 5th chakra, I feel like I was kind of picking up earlier, there is this healing of, I feel like, communication between the two of you. There may have been blockages in the communication. The 5 of Wands can represent like a miscommunication as well. So it could have been that you guys maybe struggled, both of you guys, you and your person, maybe struggled to really like see eye to eye here, or maybe like kind of understand what was really like going on with one another. There could have been an element that where maybe, you know, their feelings got hurt, your feelings got hurt, things like that, where it was hard for you guys to maybe really see what the other person's like real intentions were, if that makes sense. So I feel like with the Healer of the Ages, this definitely means that there's a very profound healing going on in this connection in regards to maybe the complications and the blockages that may have been like really been really triggered here. And I feel like you're learning to speak your truth. You're learning to maybe communicate your needs and feelings. And I feel like they're learning to, I'm hearing like they're learning to listen to what you need and try to meet your expectations, you know, try to, you know, really give you what you want, what you need. And I feel like they're also learning to speak up for themselves and tell you what they need and what they want. So I feel like there's just, if there's been any sort of conflict between the two of you, I feel like the Healer of the Ages is a really good sign that you are both maybe doing your individual healing work, and it's helping definitely to bring a lot of clarity and positive communication, positive action, I feel like, in this connection moving forward. All right, let's get some oracle cards now from this deck. What is the current energy between Pile 2 and their person right now? We have Illusion. See through the eyes of love, not fear, and always listen to your heart. So yeah, with the 7 of Swords coming out for both of you, you may have felt like there may have been a lot of illusions. Your person may have been kind of playing games with you. So you may have felt like you needed to hide your feelings for that reason. And so I think this is kind of saying, yeah, like see through the illusions. Like if your person is acting like, you know, they don't care about you or they don't have feelings for you, things like that. Like with the Lovers, yes, they very much do have those feelings for you, those passionate feelings. So if your heart is telling you that, you know, you are connected to this person, there is love between the two of you, that's definitely the truth. And don't let your ego necessarily convince you of things that are untrue, you know, about your person's intentions, things like that. What is the current energy between Pile 2 and their person? Awakening, look at this. Major realizations are occurring in this connection, and all that, that's about that Judgment card. So both of you guys, I think, are waking up, maybe waking up to the power of this connection, waking up to your spirituality as well. So that's a very powerful sign. And then let's get one more. What is the current energy between, what is the current energy between Pile 2 and their person? And we have Power. It's time to release yourself of limiting beliefs and follow your heart. It's interesting that listen to your heart and then follow your heart came out. So I think that's really what's going on here, is that you guys are both getting in touch with your real feelings, your real inner selves, and your heart, and kind of learning to choose heart over head, I think, in important matters here. And both of you guys, part of this awakening is releasing all that baggage, like I was saying earlier, you know, that those limiting beliefs, those you know, that pain and that fear from the past, that trauma from the past, what's happened in your past doesn't have to define your future. If it'll only define your future if you let it. But if you decide to, basically have new thoughts about yourself, and view yourself as, the empress that you really are, or the emperor, as a very special, beautiful, amazing, wonderful, lovable person, you'll definitely call in a lot more experiences to you that sort of reflect that energy. And that may very well be where you are at right now. You may be doing a lot of inner work right now with the Healer of the Ages. I'm hearing some of you are going to therapy or just working on your self-concept, things like that. And I feel like with the Magician, that does show that you are consciously creating a really good reality for yourself, pile 2. All right, now let's get some messages from them and see what they'd like to say to you. All right, pile 2. What does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2, please? What does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2, please? What does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2? What does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2, please? We have immaturity. I'm seeing now how my ego and immaturity sabotaged our connection. I wish I hadn't been so foolish. So that definitely could have been here. Something that was going on with the 5 of Wands and the 7 of Swords is that your person may have really just been immature, unprepared maybe for these feelings that they started having for you, very afraid, and they could have self-sabotaged because they felt deeply unworthy, especially with the Empress. Like, pile 2, you are someone very special, very physically and just like energetically attractive, and that could have really terrified your person, and maybe they felt like they needed to reject you before you would reject them. That could have been a subconscious thing at play here, and that's part of this awakening. I think that's happening, is that your person is looking at how their fears and their ego and their insecurities may have really damaged the connection. And again, with the 7 of Swords on your behalf, it could have been that your person's immaturity and self-sabotage kind of caused you to also, hide your feelings, run away, and not want to reveal things, which, makes a lot of sense. We have chemistry. Whenever we're together, sparks fly. So a lot of chemistry here, a lot of heat here, a lot of physical attraction, physical desire. I think I was saying that here with the Queen of Wands. Let's see. What else does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2? We have happiness. You brighten my world. Your love brings me so much joy. So you do bring this person quite a lot of happiness. Again, that happiness could have scared them. If they haven't experienced a lot of happiness in their life, it could have been that they almost sabotaged the connection because they felt unworthy of joy. Look at this, manifestation. I'm envisioning a beautiful future for us together. That's interesting, because I was talking about how maybe you're manifesting them with the Magician here, and they literally may be manifesting you too, or just whether or not they know it, they're just thinking about a future with the two of you guys, and that is calling you into their life. And then we have cycles. There are major karmic cycles that are being balanced out between us right now. So yeah, with the Wheel of Fortune, just a lot of stuff, like I was saying with that soup metaphor, sort of a lot of stuff being dredged up to be kind of looked at and then released right now. So, hold on tight. There's a lot going on here, but I feel like I keep saying, you have a really bright future, pile 2, regardless of what's happening with your person. I think things are eventually, I'm hearing like the fog will clear, like the smoke will clear. So it could be eventually your person is ready to maybe be mature and really tell you actually what's going on with them. But I feel like first with the 8 of Cups, they do need to have a period of time to look at themselves before I think they're ready to be really honest. All right. Let's, yeah, I definitely feel like they're growing up here. Pile 2, sorry. Let me grab some more messages. What else does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2 right now? What else does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2 right now? You have changed my perspective on life and love. Didn't the Hanged Man come out? Yeah, you've totally changed their perspective. They're having to just almost reevaluate everything they know about life right now. Again, seeing through illusions, seeing through their own illusions, their own ego. What else does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2? What else does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2? I've been reflecting on our past. If I could go back in time, I would never hurt you like that again. Again, see, look at this. I wish I hadn't been so foolish. I wish I had never hurt you like that. So this person may have really, may have felt very betrayed by them in certain ways, and they really wish that they had maybe thought things through more clearly. They had been more honest with you or treated you better, things like that. What else does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2? What else does pile 2's person want to say? I'm sorry for hiding my feelings. I was just so scared of rejection. Look at that. Totally. And then we have I want to rekindle the flame between us. So with the Lovers here, yeah, your person still feels it for you. They still feel the heat, the passion, and I think they do want to come back to you. That could be there's a lot of shame here. Your person may be hiding from you a bit because they do feel perhaps very guilty and regretful for things that they did in the past, and realizing that regardless of what happened, they still have this. They still feel this chemistry. They still feel this pull. This flame is still burning for you inside of them, and I think they do want to return to you, perhaps with an apology eventually, because I don't think they want to lose you here, and they may have lost you. You may feel that they may feel that they maybe pushed you away for good for some of you. That could resonate. All right. All right, pile 2. Guidance for pile 2, please. Guidance for pile 2. Guidance for pile 2, please. We have Commander Ashtar, call to action, take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. This is interesting with the Chariot coming out. You may be someone that is in like sort of a leadership position, and so this is definitely saying to not be afraid to be in a leadership position, to, yeah, look at that, step into your inner power, free yourself of limiting beliefs, and really embody, I think, the best possible version of yourself, because I feel like there are other people looking up to you. You may be a leader in some respect, you may be like a boss or something like that, and I think that you are an inspiration to others, and that through your own inner journey, your own inner work, I think you will help guide people to their higher selves as well. And I think you're also guiding this person. You may you may be the one that's sort of laying the energetic pathway for this person, and they may be a little bit behind you, but I feel like, you're still leading them to themselves and somewhere better. I think just by being, in their life as well. And through this energetic connection, I think they kind of just intuitively pick up on where you're at. And I feel like as you receive those like higher downloads, I think they also sort of get them too, if that makes sense. All right, pile 2, thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you so much love, and please take care of yourself, and please stay safe. I'll see you all later. All right, bye-bye. Hello, pile 3, welcome to your reading. So let's take a look into the energy dynamic between you and your person currently. So let's get your energy towards them first. All right, pile 3. Pile 3, what is your current energy towards your person, pile 3? What is your current energy towards your person, pile 3? What is your current energy? I'm gonna reshuffle there. What is your current energy towards your person, pile 3? What is your current energy towards your person, pile 3? We have the 6 of Cups, beautiful, very sweet vibes. What is your current energy towards your person, pile 3? What is your current energy towards your person, pile 3? 3 of Cups. What is your current energy towards your person, pile 3? What is your current energy towards your person, pile 3? What is your current energy towards your person, pile 3? Ace of Wands. What is your current energy towards your person, pile 3? What is your current energy towards your person, pile 3? What is your current energy towards your person? And the Wheel of Fortune. Alright, so with the 6 of Cups and the 3 of Cups, I'm sensing a very strong sort of connection you feel with your person. You guys may have just a really beautiful friendship here, a beautiful relationship. But the Six of Cups, that can also indicate soulmate energy. So you may view this person as your soulmate. You may feel that you guys did share perhaps past lives together, things like that. With Three of Cups, that's a very joyful energy. I think in combination with the Wheel of Fortune, your energy towards them is that, like you're really, I think, shifting into a really happy, positive version of yourself here. And it's like you just like really want to come together with this person and celebrate and have a good time and just really be in the moment and enjoy your connection here. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune also indicates just a lot of really good times, I think, happening towards you here. You may have recently, I'm hearing for some of you, like you recently came into like a lot of money, or just like a lot of luck is coming your way too. Like a lot of just really, I'm hearing like lucky opportunities. I'm also hearing something about maybe exotic travel, or just, it's going to be very individual, but just a lot of really positive, wonderful experiences coming towards you. With the Ace of Wands, I also sense that you feel a lot of passion and excitement towards your person. You definitely have maybe a lot of just general attraction to them. You may find them very physically attractive. I feel like this person really sort of like lights you up and makes you feel just very optimistic. You may have a very sunny energy as well. You may be a fire sign. But I feel like whenever you get around this person, it's almost like your eyes light up and you just have maybe a lot to say to them. You just have this really great heat, maybe between the two of you. You may feel a lot of warmth towards this person, a lot of nurturing, a lot of compassion. And you may feel like you guys just have this beautiful spark where it's like, again, you guys just like see each other and it's just like laughter and smiles all around, and you guys just like have this instant bond, this instant click. With the Wheel of Fortune, this also could indicate that you may feel that this connection is somewhat destined, somewhat fated, that you guys did meet for some sort of higher purpose. There is a divine plan behind all this connection. You may feel like this person came into your life to teach you a lot about yourself, and that this is a very sort of special dynamic that you guys have. All right, let's get into their energy towards you. So I feel like you just like want to have a good time with your person. You want to celebrate. You just want to be, loving and prosperous. It could even be with the Wheel of Fortune. Like I was kind of sensing like something about travel. Maybe you guys are gonna go like have fun vacations, or that's something that you want with this person. I feel like it's always a good time with them is like what I'm feeling. All right, pile 3. What is pile 3's person? What is pile 3's person's current energy towards pile 3? What is pile 3's person's current energy towards pile 3? We have the Queen of Pentacles, the High Priestess. What is pile 3's person's current energy towards pile 3, please? What is pile 3's person's current energy towards pile 3, please? The Ace of Wands. Oh my gosh, interesting. Look at that connecting. It's really interesting. Through all 3 piles, there's been some sort of mirrored energy on either side. What is pile 3's person's current energy towards pile 3? What is pile 3's person's current energy towards pile 3? And the Knight of Swords. Okay, so with the High Priestess, I'm sensing that your person feels very intuitively drawn to you here. You may have also just opened them up spiritually. They may be a very spiritual person, but I feel like this person's higher self is really guiding them to interact with you here. With the Queen of Pentacles, your person feels very loyal and devoted to you. Depending on, the gender and everything, they kind of like see you as someone that they like want to settle down with. They also may feel that you are like a very just like loyal, wonderful person. Especially if you're the feminine here in this connection, I feel like your person could see you as being like the future like mother of their children, or their future wife, things like that. Otherwise, it could be that if this person is the feminine energy, I feel like they want to be that for you. Like they want to nurture you. They want to take care of you. They want to mother you, things like that. With the Ace of Wands, they also have a great deal of passion and desire for you. Really cute. You guys just have that great chemistry, that great spark here. No wonder you guys have, a lot of fun together with the Three of Cups. They definitely have fun with you too. I think they find you very physically desirable. Again, very enticing here. And with the Knight of Swords, this person feels like they want to take action towards you. I feel like they really like communication with you. They just feel this sort of like just awesome pull towards you here with the Knight of Swords. Where it's like they just want to like fly in to your connection. It's like they don't want anything to hold them back from you. They just want to talk to you all the time. They want to interact with you all the time. So if your person isn't already like actively pursuing you romantically, I feel like they definitely like want that, because there is just like this undeniable heat between the two of you, and they totally feel it too. So yeah, this person also may have a lot to communicate with you here with the Knight of Swords. Like they may have a lot of perhaps like truth and honesty that they want to get off their chest. Like they may feel intuitively as well that you are someone very dependable here with the Queen of Pentacles, and that you are someone that they can trust maybe with their inner self, their deep emotions. Let me clarify the High Priestess really quickly. All right, pile 3. Clarify the High Priestess, pile 3's person's current energy towards pile 3. Clarify the High Priestess, pile 3's person's current energy towards pile 3. Clarify the High Priestess, pile 3's person's current energy towards pile 3. Clarify the High Priestess. Clarify the High Priestess. We have Temperance and the Emperor. Okay, so I feel like with the Temperance here and the High Priestess is your person feels, I feel like, a lot of calmness just energetically towards your connection. Like the High Priestess here is kind of just like stoically sitting there, you know, contemplating and everything. And with the Temperance, I feel like your person maybe is a very just like balanced individual, very calm, very peaceful. And I feel like you make them feel very like at ease in a way. Again, very stable here with the Queen of Pentacles. Like you may give them this sense that everything is going to be okay, and you know, you guys may have really good communication. You may have just really good balance in this connection where there may not be a lot of like arguing or fighting or kind of like headbutting here. It might just be that things are just really chill and awesome with you. I feel like with the Emperor as well, they may feel that you bring out perhaps their divine masculine energy. You bring out the best version of that sort of energy. Again, stability. I feel like your person is also very protective of you. You make them feel very maybe empowered here. Oh, what I'm hearing here with the Temperance and the High Priestess is like you sort of like lift them up. It could be that you're almost like their cheerleader. Like you make them feel confident being themselves here. And I think that really means a lot to this person, is that it's like you really believe in them, and I think it gives them maybe more confidence to be themselves, which is really sweet. Especially with the Three of Cups, I feel like you guys kind of like maybe don't have there's not a lot of judgment here in terms of like, you know, being afraid to be yourself with one another. I feel like this person feels like they can totally be themselves with you, and that you do actually like make them a better person. Maybe you've brought a lot of peace and healing to them. You may have been a healing force to them that really, you know, maybe guided them at a time where they needed it. That could resonate for some of you. All right, let's look at the connecting energy between the two of you. All right. All right, pile 3. What is the connecting energy between pile 3 and their person? What is the connecting energy between pile 3 and their person? We have the Empress. Beautiful. What is the connecting energy between pile 3 and their person? The Nine of Wands. What is the connecting energy between pile 3 and their person? What is the connecting energy between pile 3 and their person? We have the Death card. What is the connecting energy between pile 3 and their person? And the Tower. Okay, so this is very interesting. With the Empress, I feel like there is that really strong, again, physical attraction here with the wands coming out for both of you. Just a lot of, you know, really beautiful sensuality between the two of you. You may find this person very attractive. They definitely find you very attractive. You really value each other. I think they're, again, good emotional communication is what I'm sensing here. With the Nine of Wands, I feel like, especially with the Tower and the Death card, I feel like you guys have kind of like been each other's rock in a way, maybe through just a lot of personal transformation and growth here. Like with the Wheel of Fortune on your side, maybe you are going through a personal inner transformation, sort of like an ego death, like maybe you are kind of becoming a new version of yourself. With the Tower, there may be a lot of just sort of karmic energies that you have released that maybe they have released as well. But I feel like through it all with the Nine of Wands, there's been this almost like perseverance. So you may feel that, you know, you guys have been through a lot with one another. Maybe you've been there for each other just through a lot of, you know, emotional difficulties. Maybe you've witnessed, you know, maybe even you've witnessed each other have different partners and kind of seen those partners go away and things like that. You guys may have been friends for like a very long time or had this sort of connection for a very long time. So I feel like there is just a lot of sort of like ego being released, I think, so you guys can be, I think, really emotionally kind of like honest with one another and really connect at this really soul level here with the Six of Cups. And I feel like neither of you are really like giving up on each other either with the Nine of Wands. Like, there's just this resilient energy, like this grit, where it's like no matter what happens, no matter what sort of like metamorphosis, you know, you go through, they go through, it's like you're still always going to like sort of be there for each other with that like unconditional love for one another, which is really beautiful. All right, let's get some oracle cards now and see what else is going on here. All right, pile 3. What is the current energy dynamic between pile 3 and their person? What is the current energy dynamic between pile 3 and their person? What is the current energy dynamic between pile 3 and their person? We have caring connection, we have attachment, and community, again with the Three of Cups. Okay, so caring connections and attachment. So yeah, you guys definitely have, I feel like, a lot of love here. This reminds me of like the Two of Cups here, again like the Six of Cups. This is kind of almost like very like similar vibes here. You guys have a lot of just really sweet feelings for each other. Well, with this attachment here, that kind of ties to like this Death card and the Tower. It could be that one or both of you has maybe been attached to maybe more of like a negative, like could be like a third party sort of energy that is having to maybe leave the connection so you guys can come together. Or it's just like you're having to free yourselves from maybe a lot of just a lot of fear that was maybe blocking the connection. But with the community card, again, there's this really strong sense of almost like, I'm kind of getting you guys with like soul family or something, like soul tribe. You guys just come from just this very similar sort of place. Even if you're not from the same place, like regionally, like on Earth, I feel like you guys just have these like undeniable similarities and this really beautiful, strong friendship. I feel like beyond even just like the romantic aspect of this connection, there's also just this beautiful friendship. You guys just have like so much in common, maybe just like a lot to talk about. I'm also hearing like maybe you give each other a lot to think about, like you bounce off, you know, ideas off each other really well. I want to clarify this attachment card though, because I'm curious about that. And yeah, it's like, well, what I'm seeing is, you know, having to take that mask off and really be honest with yourselves about what you really want. Clarify attachment. What is the current energy dynamic between pile 3 and their person? Clarify attachment. What is the current energy dynamic between pile 3 and their person? We have the Four of Cups, the Six of Wands. Okay, so I'm just really sensing for some of you that there is almost like there is some sort of negative attachment that was kind of like blocking the connection from like coming into the physical world and being successful here, because we have the Four of Cups and the Six of Wands. So the Four of Cups is about sort of boredom, sadness, just like low energy. It's kind of like the opposite of the Three of Cups. It's like, you know, not a lot of fun. So I feel like one or both of you may have like been in a connection or just stuck in some sort of thing that was keeping you feeling, I'm hearing was just like missing out on life, like missing out on this connection, missing out on this love here, and feeling like it was like a missed opportunity, and feeling like, you know, you're like chained, you know, tied away, like away from everything you love, away from what, you know, inspires you and makes you really happy. But with the Six of Wands, I'm sensing there is, especially with all this change going on with the Tower and the Death card, there is going to be like, I feel like a victory here in this connection. This could also just be about taking this connection out into the physical world here. So it could have been this attachment or this fear, whatever's going on here was blocking this connection maybe from being shared with the community. Like maybe you're having to like kind of like keep it private or not acknowledge it or something like that. But I feel like the Six of Wands is very much that like proud energy of like, this is who I am, like, you know, this is who I'm with. So it could be there is this energy where things are being let go of, so you guys can kind of like have this like public victory together, maybe as a couple here, and release your fears around that, which is really awesome. All right, let's get some more oracle cards. I feel like you guys really have each other's backs. Like, I don't know, you guys are just totally in each other's corner. All right, what is the current energy between pile 3 and their person? What is the current energy between pile 3 and their person? We have awakening. Major realizations are occurring in this connection, so it could be waking, one or both of you are waking up to this attachment. Maybe those could just be limiting beliefs too, but just whatever is holding you back, making you feel stuck and sad and bored here with this Four of Cups, melancholy. I feel like it's becoming maybe very clear what needs to go in this connection, for this connection to happen. All right, what is the current energy dynamic between pile 3 and their person? What is the current energy dynamic between pile 3 and their person? We have light. Remember the divine beauty, magic, and love within you. And it's so interesting because like in this attachment card, this is just like so dark and kind of sad and hopeless. And then these cards have this beautiful sort of lighthearted energy, this, you know, this joy here. So I feel like what is happening is that both of you guys are sort of realizing that you deserve to be happy. You're a beautiful person. You deserve to feel love. You deserve to feel, you know, uplifted by your partner or just like in your life in general. And maybe with that attachment, it was like that was like almost forgotten or like sacrificed in order for like something else to work. But it's like there's this awakening that like you guys are like divine beings and you deserve to experience just like the utmost beauty in life. Okay, and also I'm hearing like with each other too. What is the current energy dynamic between pile 3 and their person? What is the current energy dynamic between pile 3 and their person? What is the current energy dynamic between pile 3 and their person? What is the current energy dynamic? We have change. Powerful shifts and changes are occurring for your highest good, and definitely here with the Death card in the Tower, there is so much changing here. So I would definitely expect that for you, anything that's not serving you is probably going to be shifted out of your life in the coming period, and whatever is not serving this connection is being shifted out, and your person is also going through massive changes. So definitely for those of you where there's like karmic situations that are sort of like in the way, you may feel, I feel like this is kind of Spirit's way of saying like this is going to be cycled out because all this awakening, all this sort of enlightenment is happening, and like anything that is not, I feel like, for you and your person's highest good is being sort of like, I'm hearing like extracted like spiritually at this time. I feel like for the highest good of all involved for sure. All right, let's get you some messages from your person now and see what they actually want to say to you. All right, pile 3. What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3 right now? What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3 right now, please? What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? We have fantasy. I dream of us being together. I fantasize about you often. I definitely see that with the Ace of Wands. Your person is extremely attracted to you. They do fantasize about you. They fantasize about, I feel like, hanging out with you in a romantic way. And I feel like also just like maybe conversations, things like that. Self-love. In order to love you, I need to love myself. So that could be part of this powerful change that's going on is your person is having to maybe choose themselves and then therefore choose you and kind of prioritize themselves and you. But yeah, I feel like they're also kind of saying like, you know, I do have to heal myself here, like with the Temperance as well. All right, what does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What does pile 3's person want to say? We have thinking. I can't stop thinking about you. You're constantly on my mind. So that's why they want to communicate with you so much, is I feel like they just, again, love your conversations. They love spending time with you, and they do kind of obsessively think about you. What else does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What else does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What else does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? We have strategy. I'm trying to figure out the best course of action and what steps I need to take. I do see action here with the Knight of Swords, so they are trying to figure out maybe how to extract themselves from certain things, what they need to let go of. And then we have trust, because like they want to win here with the Six of Wands. Like they want things to work out in this connection. Trust. I'm ready to open my heart and trust so I can go all in with you. So that is about releasing those attachments and those fears so that they can just jump into this connection, so they can dive in and just really enjoy the love that you guys share together. And I feel like with the Temperance, it's almost like their inner masculine and feminine sides are balancing out right now. And I think they're also just relying more on their intuition, because when we really rely fully on our intuition, it always basically like leads us to something that is for our highest good. And I think your person's having to kind of like maybe surrender to their inner calling, especially in regards to you. All right, let's get some more messages. What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3 right now, please? What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3 right now? What does pile 3's person want to say? What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? You've set off fireworks within me. See, the Ace of Wands. It's just like all this spark, all this chemistry. It is like fireworks whenever you guys are around each other. Just super exciting. What else does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What else does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? I love the way it feels when you're close to me. Beautiful. Yeah, with the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like there's just this sweet, lovely, nurturing energy. Again, the Six of Cups too, this soul bond. It just feels right. Like I'm hearing it just feels right, like energetically being with you. I love you from the bottom of my heart and the depths of my soul. So this person does have those really deep feelings for you. I would choose you over and over again. This is really sweet. So I think this person is basically saying, like, you are, the best option for me, the best choice, and I would choose you over and over again. And I'm also hearing, like, I regret it if I ever didn't choose you. So for those of you where you felt like they did perhaps choose something else other than you, I think this kind of ties back to that self-love, that, like, as soon as they choose themselves, they also just choose you too. But that also couldn't resonate, that also might not resonate for all of you. This person may have chosen you from the beginning, and they're definitely just saying that, like, I will always choose you. What else does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? We also have, I'm digging deep to become a better person for you. That's awesome. I definitely see that. A lot of shifts going on with them. And I still think about you every single day. Look at that thinking. I can't stop thinking about you. So they do think about you obsessively. They think about you every single day. I feel like you are always just like on their mind day and night here. They may dream about you a lot too. That may like carry over into their sort of dream space. Maybe you guys connect sort of astrally sometimes. All right, let's get you a word of advice now, pile 3. Some guidance. All right, guidance for pile 3. What does pile 3 need to hear right now? We have Joan of Arc, voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. So this is really beautiful. This is definitely about just embracing your inner truth, what really resonates for you, really adhere to that, and don't let any sort of fear of maybe rejection or persecution really prevent you from exercising your right to, be honest about how you feel about things, and really stand strong. And I feel like the thing about Joan of Arc is like she was just so dedicated to herself and her spirituality, like her higher self God, that it's like that kind of came before everything else, and it kind of released her of the fear of even like death and stuff like that, is because she just knew that what she was doing was right. So I feel like you can kind of carry that energy too, is it's like, do what feels right, even if maybe it's considered like wrong by, some sort of like unjust rule or something like that, just really live in your truth, because that I think that is what is most rewarded spiritually, if that makes sense. Even if it's not like rewarded by society, it is definitely for your highest good to sort of like really follow yourself and be true to yourself. Pile 3. All right, thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you so much love. It's also sending you a lot of abundance and beautiful times. Please stay safe and take care of yourselves. All right, bye-bye.